I'm gonna change this light in the background to look like the Spike from VALORANT. That's close enough, right?
Spike planted.
Hey y'all, it's Butters. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day, full of positivity and happiness as always. And for today's video, I'm sure you guys can hear it in my voice. I am pretty sick. I just got back from the doctor's probably an hour or two ago. It's nothing super severe. It just might be a little case of bronchitis. I was traveling in California and I went to a metal show after. My immune system did not hold up. Long story short, I'm on the road to recovery and I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible because console VALORANT is a thing and I got to travel to Riot Games to playtest it. I'm so excited, I'm shaking the camera. I just want to go ahead and say up front, huge shout out and thank you so much Riot Games for letting me come out and playtest console VALORANT. Oh my gosh, being able to tour the campus and I got to see some people from the Call of Duty scene. Fun fact, I saw my buddy Joe there and he forgot his SCUF controller, so don't worry, I came in clutch, I brought both of mine. So actually he ended up using my PS5 one and I used my Xbox one. For those who are not aware of SCUF controllers, PS5, Xbox, I personally use the Xbox one, but it has paddles on the back. So instead of pressing A on the front like this, I can just hit this paddle back here. The faceplate is removable if you want to change out the design. You can also change out the sticks, fully customizable, and you can put them back on, very important. Every time I travel for gaming, I always bring my SCUF controllers. Well, normally I bring this one only, but I also went to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and I can't tell you which controller I used. I don't think I'm allowed to provide that information. Anyways, long story short, Joe and I got a selfie together with both of my controllers, and it made me really happy. But SCUF controllers, big fan. You can use code BUTTERS. This is my design. I'll show you this one. You can see more of it. But that's me on the side of the controller, objective player. You want to plant some spikes in console VALORANT? Objective player right there. That'll be you. Also, go check out Joe's controller too. He has one as well. Where do I start this video? I have so much I want to say. I guess I should preface this by saying I was completely unfamiliar with VALORANT in any sort of the sense. I knew of a couple of the agents that had come out. I've seen them on Twitter, but I had never properly played VALORANT before. I am a controller FPS gamer, so I mostly play Call of Duty, X-Defiant. I'm very casual, so I also play Borderlands, Bioshock, Left 4 Dead, what other FPS games? Casual FPS games. Nothing super competitive, so let me tell you, my world was rocked when I played this game. But in a very good way, we'll get to it. I have some thoughts on that. My experience with console VALORANT was having no knowledge of actual VALORANT and just from a controller FPS player's perspective. Just wanted to make that clear. We'll start with a little bit of vlog footage. When we pulled up to Riot Games campus, oh my gosh, they have the sign out front that says Riot Games, of course, but there's an Easter egg on the back. I love that they play into this. It says Rito Games on the back. The only reason I know what Rito Games is, or Rito Please, is because I ran League of Legends teams back in college when I was president of a game club. And they would always say Rito Please. I said, what are you talking about? I don't know what that means. So now I know what it means. It's on the back of the sign. I love that they play into it. I'm getting a little too excited for having a bit of a cough, but it's worth it. The campus made me so happy. There's something about going and seeing game developers in person and seeing what their environment is. I got to see Annie from League of Legends with the bear, the little girl and the bear. There's a full-on display of her in the main lobby. Got to take a picture next to it. Very iconic. Also in the same room, please clarify what this is because I have no idea and I didn't ask. There was a red dot on the floor and then there was an arrow pointing to it with Vlad on the wall. Who is Vlad? Can you all please enlighten me on who that is? What happened to Vlad? Did Vlad go splat? Is Vlad a character in a Riot Games game? I would only assume so. Who is Vlad? Nobody acknowledged it. That's just there. Whatever, sure. I'm trying to remember all the vlog footage I got. I know all the conference rooms are named after characters and places in Riot Games games. There's a coffee shop there with some really good coffee, might I add. Exploring the campus was just awesome. I don't know. I was absolutely geeking the entire time. I don't play a lot of Riot Games games, but that was something special. It was really cool. We made our way into the conference presentation room that had all of the consoles lined up for us to play console VALORANT. Oh my gosh, I should also mention I had the best boba of my life. It was called Rise of Clove. It was boba that was themed after the Agent Clove, so it had their signature purple colors and what was the ingredients? I took a picture, good. I'll put the picture on the screen right here. It was absolutely phenomenal. I wanted to have a second one during my play session. You'll see me sipping it during the gameplay here, but I didn't need 2 bobas in one day. But I did, but I didn't. It was divine, the best boba I've ever had in my life. We sat down all together for a presentation from the VALORANT devs. I was not able to record this, but I did take notes. Console VALORANT is not a port. This is specifically built for console with console and controller in mind. There's no plug-in and keyboard and mouse. There's only console crossplay, not even PC crossplay. So Xbox and PlayStation can play together, but PC can't. They are 2 totally separate realms, and after playing, I completely understand why they did this. We'll talk more about that as we go through the gameplay, but we did also get to see the Summer Games Fest trailer that played to reveal console VALORANT to the world. Hi, I'm cutting in really quick to show you guys. They gave us boxes of goodies, and I have to show you. They gave us custom controllers with VALORANT agents on them, and they have our names on the back. The controller comes with a note, but here is the controller that I got. I believe this is themed after Gecko. Y'all will have to tell me. I'm not super familiar, but look at how cool. Look at the colors. And here's the back as well. That has my name on it. How cool is that? Thank you guys so much. There's even more in here. And look at this. Are you kidding me? I got a VALORANT Yeti. Look at the color. Look, it says Gecko on there. I'm obsessed with this. This is so cool. This is going on my shelf. This is a trophy. I want to look at this every single day. We also got these VALORANT phone holders and we got socks. I love me some gaming socks. I get to add this to my collection. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much. I even got a fancy badge from the event that has Viper on it and my name. Very cool. I get to add this to my lanyard collection in my gaming event pass collection. And now that I'm looking at this on Google, are Chamber and Viper dating? It's funny because Chamber is the main agent that I use throughout this play session. You'll see. Are they dating? No. He flirts with her. Why am I getting invested? That's one thing I love about VALORANT. Oh my gosh, there's so much lore, so much interaction with the agents. Let's get into the gameplay. I've been talking a lot. I'm sure I'll have timestamps down below, but let's get to the gameplay. I know what y'all are here for. I'm gonna put on my headset too so I can listen. Lo and behold, here we are on subconsole VALORANT. This is how it looks. I have no idea if it looks different from PC, but I figured I'd show you anyways. The first thing I ended up looking at was the controller settings, so you guys can take a look right here. We'll talk more about how the aiming works, but I'm just going through some of the settings. I think I make the mini-map smaller. I sure do. I was so excited about this. Oh my gosh, getting to see all of the agents in VALORANT. Like I said, this is one of the best things about VALORANT is that it's so rich in lore, and in between matches, they share voice lines with each other. It makes you invested in these characters. You want to learn about them, their history. You want to do well in the game because obviously you don't want to lose and die, but like it's fun to see those interactions. I don't know, it makes you more connected. This play session only lasted about 4 hours, so I wasn't able to use all of the agents by any means. And there were definitely some select favorites that people were picking. It was still really fun to scroll and learn about everybody, but I definitely did not take in any of the abilities, and that is one of the hardest parts of VALORANT. Oh my gosh, I'm fighting pretty colors all the freaking time. We'll get into it. Best place to practice my shot? The range, obviously. I hopped in and felt like my sensitivity was extremely low, but honestly, in most Call of Duty games and most FPSs, I crank up my sensitivity as high as it can go. I was one of those max sensitivity, I'm talking 20/20 horizontal vertical on Call of Duty. Those days have passed. I played probably like 15/15 now. In this game, I'm playing 13/13 all across the board. I wanted to showcase all of the controller aim options as well. I would go through here. There's heavy, extreme, aggressive, delay. I don't even know what all of these are, to be honest. I think I just stuck with linear. I'll be interested to see which one people pick. Normally I play dynamic on Call of Duty, so I don't know what that correlates to in this. I love being able to customize the crosshair though for the sniper. I did make it a little bit bigger than I normally do in FPS games just because I didn't know if I'd be able to see it or not. Here's my first couple of shots on console VALORANT. I was just shooting at corners because I assume people are going to be coming from corners. That would make the most sense. And you'll notice I'm learning that moving and shooting makes your shot extremely inaccurate, which is a well-known fact in VALORANT in general, but I had to learn for myself. Crouching and sitting still is the way to go to be the most accurate. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. So apparently for this play session, the VALORANT devs said, hey, everything's unlocked in the store in regards to skins. So I don't know what is considered a rare skin or whatever it may be. So I specifically went for things that I found aesthetic. I spent way too much time on this, I'll be honest with you. I should have been practicing my shot, but pretty colors, okay? If I have a pretty gun, I'm gonna use it better. There's no science behind that. I just want to make that clear. And also the devs said that there are no skins that make you more accurate in the game. They wanted to make that clear too. It's just when you have a nice and pretty gun, you feel good, your shot's good. I mentioned the skins thing now because a VALORANT dev asked about it. You'll see it in a bit. It's funny. Next up, I ran through basic training, which is a very simple tutorial level as most FPSs have, you know, move forward. This is how you shoot. This is how you plant the objective. This is how you do this, this, and that. Extremely simple, extremely bare bones, nothing about abilities, which is fine. I guess you learned that yourself in the game. I spent this time adjusting my sensitivity and getting my shot to where I want it to be so that when I'm shooting in between these posts, I'm able to like snap pretty quickly, if that makes sense. I hope that you can kind of see in the gameplay here. Because I assume that most agents are going to be coming around corners. I don't think people are going to be sitting in the middle of lanes. I don't think. Dude, the sniping. So I come from Call of Duty. I'm so used to jump shotting and sniping. I'm used to quick scoping, being super aggressive, slide canceling, 360, all of that. You can't do that in this game with any gun. It is not possible. The game is not developed for that. I use this time to practice some of the weapons in this game, see if I have any favorites in particular. This is where I also wanted to test and see if there's aim assist in the game. So if you can see here with the sniper rifle, if you ADS and hold and kind of do a little swoopity doo-dah, there's no aim assist from what I could tell. Speaking of aim assist, let me show you guys what this is. This is focus mode. If you hold left trigger, you don't aim down sights like you do in a lot of FPS games. You go into this focus mode. It's more so like an enhanced hip fire that has very, very slight aim assist, and it kind of slows down your aim a bit to be more accurate. You move slower while you're in it, and if you can see right here, there is very slight aim assist. I started by moving slow and then moving as I normally would when I'm shooting, and it's super cohesive. It's buttery smooth. It feels absolutely fantastic. The Valorant devs knocked it out of the park with this. I know it doesn't look like much here in the range, but I promise you, when you get into the game and use it for yourself, it's extremely cohesive. Very, very good. Oh, here's some feedback that I have for the Valorant devs. So an issue that I was running into, I would crouch and sometimes I would jump, which I normally do in Call of Duty games, but instead of coming out of crouch and standing, you just do like a little bunny hop, and it's not very cohesive, and I'm not a big fan, so I wanted to call it out and make it clear to them that like maybe it would be kind of cool if you're crouching, if you could toggle jumping would get you out of crouch, or if you would jump and land in a standing position. I hope that makes sense. I ran through it with the Valorant dev step by step, and he took that into consideration. As a console FPS gamer, I find that that's an option that would be extremely helpful to a lot of gamers. TLDR, if I crouch and I jump, I don't want to be a bunny rabbit because it doesn't help. I want to crouch, and if I jump, I want to jump out of crouch and into a standing position. Does that make sense? It was really cool being able to play console Valorant and have the devs walk around and say, hey, do you have any feedback? Do you have any questions? And just to be able to talk freely with them. They're really cool. Oh my gosh, this is funny. So these Valorant devs are watching my buddy Jowo pick out skins. Also, this is when I properly shook my hand and introduced myself. These are the devs that announced that console Valorant was coming out during Summer Games Fest. So if you guys remember that announcement, that's them. I can't remember exactly what we were talking about in this conversation, but I know it had something to do with these skins Jowo was picking. Oh my gosh, there's the boba. So one of the Valorant devs comes up and says, hey, can I see the skins that you picked? He's taking a look. Y'all know me. I like my space, orange, sunset themes. So what does he say?
Respectable.
It looks like a Call of Duty. That's why.
Oh boy.
Can you tell him a Call of Duty person?
No.
And the red flags.
No.
You would tell me. Love that. Cool. I'm glad.
Let's go. I got approval from a Valorant dev for the skins that I picked. But to be fair, if there were any red flags, he obviously would not tell me. So y'all tell me right now. Look at the skins right now. Please tell me. Are there any red flag picks in there? Please comment down below and let me know because I have absolutely no idea. This lovely dev also came up and gave me some advice on which agent to pick, so I had to shake his hand, introduce myself. I'm telling you, this experience was really awesome. Now we're finally in the gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. I know it took a while, but here is my very first kill on Valorant. It is a learning curve and a half. As you can tell with me running into the middle, not playing my corners, trying to jump shot, I'm a Call of Duty player, okay? It takes a little bit to get used to. I'm happy with the sensitivity I picked in this game because I'm able to lock onto people really well. It's just getting the kill that's kind of hard. I'll try and aim high. I don't know if spraying is better or if tap shooting is better, so this is definitely a learning process for me. I kept on getting my kills stolen. That happened a lot in this game, and it's fine. This snipe, hold on, look at this. I was so confused. How did that miss? I also want to try and learn some of the abilities. The agent's dead. This happens so much in this game. Speaking of abilities, I can't see it all, and then I'm dead. That's fine. Look at me going, yep, and then drinking my boba. I had to calm down. Look at that, another ability coming charging at me. Go figure. You can see me in the face cam going, what is that? What is that? Are you serious? The ability is back, followed by another one. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I have zero idea what's going on, especially with this being my first experience with Valorant. We're also playing TDM. I don't know if you can tell, but definitely a very interesting. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look, I am so confused. And then I walk out of my spawn and I die immediately. It's like Call of Duty. I have found that the secret in this game is use your abilities. Go for just that one tap to the head. That's all you need. You don't need to spray the body at all. Aim specifically for the head. And don't be afraid to shoot through abilities like this that obstruct your view. First game of TDM was a warm-up. Some of the devs said, so do we want to hop into a game? I said, no, I want to play TDM again. I am a lost child. So we ended up hopping into TDM again. And I actually ended up picking Chamber. He was my absolute favorite to use during this play session. Chamber is just very compatible for my playstyle. Look at Jet by. Are you serious? And look at me try and jump shot because that's just my Call of Duty instinct. I was hoping to try out Chamber's ability here, which is basically this little box that when you put it down somewhere and you're inside the circle, you can press left bumper to teleport yourself to that box. You can actually peek corners, and then if you're scared that you're gonna die, you can teleport to it. Spoiler alert, I think it only worked one time for me because I would deploy it, peek, die. This game is extremely unforgiving, but to be fair, if you play corners like this, I mean, I gotta be a little bit more defensive. I'm just so used to playing Call of Duty, just going out there, you know? Like, this corner play is definitely a step in the right direction. I just only had 4 hours to play, so I wasn't able to get the exact play style that I wanted. But as we continue playing, I do get more and more comfortable with my shot. Also, quick scoping in this game is basically null and void. Sniping is more so used to hold down lanes and actually use the sniper rifle like it's intended for sniping. crazy. Oh yeah, I walked straight out of my spawn. I'm holding my knife because you run faster with a knife. I gave up. I just stopped. I said, you take me, and he didn't, so that's cool, thanks. Continuing on, I do end up earning Chamber's ult, which is a sniper rifle, which I really wanted to use. Look at my shot. See, I'm already improving decently. Look at this melee. Look at my face. I'm shook. How did that not? Is it a 2-hit with a knife? Because that don't make no sense. Here I am with the sniper rifle. I'm gonna get me a snipe. Look at this. Ready? Dead. Let's go. I think this clip right here is a good example of don't aim for the body, aim specifically for the head, because they are eating up bullets to the body, but if you get that one lucky headshot, you're good. Like right here, that took significantly less shots. At the very end of this TDM game, I'm going after this person and I noticed some sort of ability flying over and I just accepted it and then the game ended, so that's good. Basically, if I see pretty colors, my first thought is, well, I'm doomed. But victory, and I got 12 kills, so that's good. I'm sticking with Chamber for my first official game of Valorant. It's the buy phase and everything. I'm elevated up here, and guess what I learned? You take fall damage. So in case y'all didn't know, you do take fall damage. I learned that. My ankle snapped. First round was a pistol round. For those who aren't familiar, Valorant is one of those games where you can buy weapons per round, kind of similar to CSGO. I get myself an SMG the next round, and well, would you look at that? A pretty color and dead. Right on schedule. Boba. I had a round where I was determined to make Chamber's little box work, the teleporty box, so I got myself a sniper. I don't know if I got any hit markers. Is there any way to tell if you get hit markers? That might be a silly question, but I don't know. I didn't really notice anything. Also, sniping's really hard in this game. I also had a dev explain to me that with this pistol, if you shoot from the hip, it does like a little burst thing. And then when you go into focus mode, it does one bullet. So I think it's really cool. So when you're close up, you can just kind of spray from the hip and shoot more bullets. You know what I mean? Look at my kill getting stolen. Are you kidding me? It's not that I claimed it or anything, but man, it would have been nice to have. At least I get this one, which is very like, did you see the tap, 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 tap? I'm trying out here. The first actual game of Valorant that we played was very short, but of course, with a clutch from Nate shot, victory. Victory, there it is. Yay. And I got 2 kills. Let's go. In the next game, Chamber ended up getting swiped for me, which is perfectly fine. We're allowed to try different agents. So I decided to try Jett because I heard that Jett does not take fall damage. So I had to put it to the test. Would you look at this? She glides down and her feet are okay. Her ankles are okay. Look at me spray. This upcoming clip is insane. If you are not familiar with Nadeshot, he is a former COD pro. I'm sure you know Nadeshot. He's an absolute iconic gamer. I got to meet him at this event, but he ended up pulling off a 1v5 ace on console Valorant. Look at this. Look at that shot. You could tell that he is comfortable on the controller and good at it. He ended up posting this clip unedited to Twitter, so if you guys want to go check it out, I'll leave that down below. But absolutely insane clutch. And if you can hear in the background, just listen. Hey. I love how you can barely hear, that's my Reyna right there. I want to take this opportunity to talk about the voice lines in this game. All of the agents talk and interact with each other in between rounds. Depending on who you play, they have history together. And that is one of my favorite parts of Valorant. I am obsessed with the lore, the character design. The way they interact, it adds so much personality to a competitive FPS. In Call of Duty, you get the occasional, whoa, but that's pretty much it. Oh God. I got a gnarly cough. I should not be imitating these voice lines. Like, for example, after that clutch where Nadeshot was playing as Reyna.
Reyna! Damn! Even I couldn't keep up.
All right, Jett, damn, don't remind me that I can't keep up, okay? Why we gotta add that voice line? Why we gotta have a self-deprecating line like that, huh? I'm just salty, it's fine. There were other voice lines in this game that I thoroughly enjoyed. Clove's voice line, I'm absolutely obsessed. Roll for initiative, they lost their pet rock. I'll put in some voice lines that I really enjoyed.
Don't be spending too many brain cells figuring them out. Oh, this reminds me of this one time where I,
Actually, never mind.
One enemy remaining.
1 bullet per enemy. That should be enough, yes?
roll for initiative.
I hate
is
to
ready.
say it, but probably best to play as a team. So, what's the plan?
Shite, I lost my pet rock.
Snack time! Sorry, only brought enough for me.
Hey, little man, pump us up. Let's hear it.
But of course, truth be told, there was one voice line that got under my skin very quickly. It's a good voice line, and everybody's heard it who's played Valorant, but oh my goodness. You'll never guess what it is.
Back like I never left. 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 I never left. My turn.
I have to hear back like I never. My voice cannot handle that right now. Okay. I love Clove, but for whatever reason, that line, oh my gosh, my voice. I'll be right back. Some might say I'll be back like I never left. It's been another 4 days and I'm still kind of sick. This is ridiculous. But anyways, back to Valorant. It's interesting. You would expect that the more rounds that you play, the better you would get. But this game in particular, I used up my little ability and I didn't know that it would actually use it up before you could actually use it in the game. That was a harsh lesson to learn, but it is what it is. Yeah, you would think I would be learning as I'm going. Did you see Jet go by? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm running into traps. I'm not getting snipes off. I don't even know if I'm getting any hit markers. I'm getting bombarded, but this is pretty normal in an FPS competitive. Look at the colors. I just had to stop and look and watch this. Ready? Oh God, I can't laugh. One of the devs saw that all go down and I said, did you see that? It just was going in colors. I was trying my best to read up on all the abilities to figure out what each agent can do, but there's just so many that you have to learn by experience. Look at this blob. And then it just sits there and looks at me. I'm like, I don't know what it does. I don't like it. It's staring at me. But if the Riot dev walks by it, it must be okay, right? I guess. The blob didn't protect him here. That's all I know. And watch this back be a little frustrating because if I just looked at the map, I would have seen that this person was to my right and I would have had an upper hand on the shot. But even though I still feel like I shouldn't have missed that many shots. Look at this timing. Look at this. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to play my corners. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to be defensive. I'm going to do this. Okay, maybe I can go out there. Dead. I couldn't believe, can you believe it? Oh, and why am I using this SMG over and over? Clearly this is not compatible for me, but I kept on trying. Look at me playing my corner, dead. But look at this, guys, look, I clutched up the round. Let's go, I won. And then I immediately reverted to my Call of Duty ways of jump shotting. Muscle memory is a wild thing, isn't it? And then I also get this little clutch right here again. Maybe I am improving over time. It just takes a long time. And it takes a lot of trial and error. I'm getting the shots off though. They just feel like a very random spray, I would say. Thumbs up. As I was shooting here, I was realizing I need to start shooting corners. I need to start shooting walls. So I'm trying to do that more and more. I kind of try and improve over time. Here I am using Jet's ability to elevate and I still die. Go figure. Here I am being an objective player, guys. Look at this. I am guarding the bomb site, the spike. And watching this back, what happened with my shot? I don't know what happened there. But as the rounds continued on and I gained more confidence in my shot, slowly but surely, we do end up winning. Show me the victory, victory, yay. I ended up getting 5 kills that game. Back to chamber. Oh, I encountered some pizza. I don't remember this. Oh my gosh, this agent has a little seeker guy. Look, wow, look at him travel, he's going. And look, I don't need to point out every time I get a kill. It's really not necessary. But I will point out when I don't get the kill. How did that happen? I'm going to use Chamber's ult and I'm going to get a kill with this. I'm gonna do it. This sniper is so cool. Do I even get a hit marker? I don't know. I'm aiming for the wall though, which is good, right? But this clove comes in and cleans up the kill, which is so fair. Look, more pretty colors. It's crazy. They're everywhere. We win. Yay. You'll notice throughout these rounds that I am trying so hard to pull off this little chamber box maneuver where I teleport to the box. Why is there fire? I don't know what weapon this is, but also not very compatible for me. I swear I'm aiming high. I love Chamber giving himself a pep talk, aka me.
If you're not doing well, keep trying. We must keep up appearances.
I don't get the kill in this clip, just a little tiny spoiler, but I'm just looking at this pistol. It looks so good. I'm glad that my priorities are straight. Speaking of priority, look at me being an objective player, planting the spike. Spike down, we win. Another time to try and pull off the chamber box maneuver. Let's see how we do. I pressed left bumper here, but nothing happened. You just die so fast. And for one of the last rounds, I do try and snap on, but nope, my aim was a little too... That's when my sensitivity is a little bit too high. I know it. Oh, in the middle of this play session, I said hello to Mr. Photographer kind of people. So they wanted to take my picture. They wanted to get a portrait picture of me in front of the Valorant logo for some social media posts. Look at me stand there. I look so goofy. Back to chamber. Here we go, y'all. We're using the chamber box maneuver in TDM. Look at this, y'all. I am inside the circle. I get scared. I left bumper. I live. I live. I didn't get the kill, but it doesn't matter. Look, my shot's getting better. Wow, look at this. TDM is great. I mean, honestly, when it comes to any sort of FPS, Jet is in the air. When it comes to any sort of FPS, I prefer TDM-based modes for sure. This kill definitely confused me too. I aimed high. I really did. Also, whoever I killed here, sorry, I would be a little bit mad about that if I got a hit marker and then I just died with them turning just 90 degrees to the left. Here is the best clip that I got in the entire play session, and I want to go ahead and point out something that I love in Valorant, and this is such simple game design, but it is so effective. The more kills you get, the music increases. It steps up. It's like a little crescendo. Well, it's not a crescendo. Wait, it's not a crescendo, it's a step up. So like a scale, I guess. I was a musician for 4 years. I played the flute. I was a first chair for 2 of those years. So that's just adding to the Butters lore. I don't even know if I mentioned that online before, but I played flute. I still have it somewhere. Moving on. I love how depending on how many kills you get, it goes do 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 like that. I love. Did I imitate that perfectly? Music notes give me a dopamine hit and let me know I'm doing good at the game. Very good game design. I love it very much so. It makes me want to clutch up the round. It's so simple, but so effective. When it came to this play session, I definitely preferred the TDM because it gave me a lot of time to use different weapons in this game and also be able to learn how to use them effectively, snap on, learn the recoil pattern, which I still don't think I really did very well. I put so many bullets into this person, they go around the corner and then this one agent picks up the kill. Really? I worked hard on that. And then there were like 3 people there. Why was I the one who died? I wasn't even in the, whatever. Talk about the snipe, okay? That was a headshot. That was a headshot. Let me slow it down as well. Ready? Ready? Look at this headshot. And then the bullet goes to the left. I don't know if snipers are not correctly centered or not, or if I'm just bad. So please let me know. But to me, crosshair was on head, but bullet went to the left. Please tell me if that's just like a thing with snipers in this game. I don't know. More failed kills at the very end of this TDM game. I'm so glad that I decided to edit these into the video. Look at me go and just getting destroyed. And then defeat, I think. Defeat, yes. Back to chamber. Oh, I don't remember the name of this map, but I do know that this map has a little teleporter on it, and I do utilize it in this gameplay, which is fun. Here's chamber's box. I am prepared to get the kill. Dead. I'm clearly pleased about this. I was analyzing the map and thought this is the perfect place for chamber's little box. See how much of the area on the map that covers? Dead. Another chamber box attempt. I'm seeing a lot of clove clouds, so I'm thinking there's somebody around here. Dead. Another chamber box attempt is being made here, and look at this shot here as well, okay? I think that hit. When I slow it down, it looks like the bullet trail had hit, even though the crosshair wasn't lined up. So I'm confused. I tried the chamber box maneuver, but apparently I spammed everything else but left bumper. I understand this SMG is good for up close, but man, I gotta figure out my recoil control there. If there is aim assist in this, it's really not that strong, I don't think. It's not something that's gonna lock you onto your opponent and it's gonna stick on them and follow them. It's not anything like that. It feels very balanced, but also challenging. Oh my gosh, I had to include this. How did this not get the kill? That was a headshot. I'm shocked. Somebody chased me in the teleporter and it did not work. And then I get this kill. That was a nice kill. Go ahead. Oh, I still got chased in the teleporter. There's like 3 people there and I still die. I'm the one who dies. But that's fine. It's cool. What is going on in the buy phase? I don't even know myself. But would you look at this? I am the victorious chamber in this trade. I'm gonna pull out my sniper. I'm gonna get me a snipe. Dead. Chamber box. I missed my shot. Don't press left bumper. Dead. Chamber box. Dead. Chamber box. I'm gonna pull it off. Dead. Oh, defeat. At the very end of the play session, it's funny that I'm still talking about the bunny hop from the beginning. I want to reiterate it to a Valorant dev that it would be cool to see a toggle for that, but that is my first experience playing Valorant in general. I've never played it on PC. First time is console Valorant. It looks fantastic, it plays fantastic, but I do still have a couple more thoughts that I do want to share. Some wrapping up thoughts. Once the play session concluded, we did have a sit-down Q&A session with the Valorant devs. And y'all can probably guess, if you know me, I am sitting front row and center. I want to be one of the first people to ask questions. I'm excited to be there. I'm going to eat up this opportunity. And I'm very inquisitive. The first question that I had was, will agent updates happen at the same time with PC and console? Or will the agents be balanced differently depending on the platform? So maybe one agent's good on console while another one's good on PC, you know? The Valorant devs clarified that they want to keep everything as even as possible. Any agent updates or any patches will go out on both platforms at the same time. To the best of their ability, of course. Another question I had, which is a little bit more of a concern, with Valorant being on console, the devs clarify that you cannot plug in a keyboard and mouse into a console to play. That is totally fair. However, what about gamers with disabilities that have very specific controllers? Is Vanguard going to pick up their controller and immediately ban them from the game? Just because it's a different input than the classic PlayStation or Xbox controller? I was so happy to hear this answer. The devs clarify that this is high on the priority list to make sure that as many controllers for disabled gamers are available as possible. They said they're not going to get it right every single time, but they're definitely doing their best. They have a wide variety of controllers on their desk at the moment. I really appreciated the transparency, and I had a dev come up to me after the Q&A session and said, hey, I'm actually kind of leading the charge on that. Thank you so much for asking that question and for being concerned about it. That is high on the priority list. That is like up here. We're going to do our best to make this game as accessible to gamers as possible. And I love that. I don't know how else to wrap up this point besides saying gaming is for everybody and it should be accessible. Shout out the Valorant devs for looking out on that one. Some other people asked some questions and then the Valorant devs said, okay, so can we ask you guys? What did you guys think? Did it feel like Valorant? And the Valorant people said, yeah, it does. I couldn't weigh in on that, obviously, because I don't play Valorant. I happily declared in front of everybody, I took the microphone and said, I got my shit rocked but I had a good time. I'm not afraid to admit it. It's simply a fact. Oh, I also provided another bit of feedback. The vignette that happens when you're in focus mode, I requested that it might be ideal if there's a way to decrease the intensity of it. It gets dark on the corners and the sides of the screen when you do focus mode, so it kind of limits visibility just a little bit. So like a way to just adjust that would be nice. And one of the devs goes, yes. That answer made me laugh. And now for my final thoughts. Should you play console Valorant? The short answer is yes, but my cat wanted to say hi. Hello, goodbye. Okay. Going into playing console Valorant, I was told from a couple of sources that, hey, if your aim is good as an FPS controller gamer, you'll hold up just fine. You'll keep up, you'll adapt really quickly, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all, that's not correct. Most of the difficulty in Valorant is timing, map knowledge, agent knowledge, how to use abilities. It almost feels like your gunplay is a tertiary priority, if that makes sense. I went in with the idea of point and shoot, I will do good, and that's just not the case. As a Call of Duty gamer, as an X-Defiant gamer, as a Left 4 Dead, Borderlands, Bioshock, as a casual FPS gamer, that has always been kind of my go-to thought process, but that is not how Valorant is. It made the transition extremely frustrating. However, once you gain more knowledge on the abilities, the agents, the map, that is when you start reaping benefits as an FPS gamer. At least to me, that's just my opinion. You might pick it up and be a prodigy, and if so, go competitive, do it. I want to see that. I feel like your average casual FPS gamer, like myself, will see, oh, Valorant FPS, I'll play that, and they'll try it and get stomped for the first 2-3 hours and then say, I'm done playing this game. Which if it's not your thing, cool. But if you want to play Valorant, just keep in mind, in the very beginning, you are going to get stomped, and it is okay. Winning is teaching, losing is learning. But once you get into the groove of it, Valorant is extremely satisfying. It is a high caliber and highly competitive game that was brought to console, and it has been translated so well. I honestly thought that it would be slightly less competitive on console just because I feel like the barrier of entry for Valorant, if you have a PC, you're probably a bit more of a, I don't say casual gamer because casual doesn't mean console gamer. You are more willing to invest in your game. You play K-Bam, you are zippity-doo-dah with your aim. Why am I aiming with a keyboard hand? Clearly I don't play K-Bam. But I am happy to report that from what it seems, console Valorant is just as competitive as PC Valorant. Once again, this is not a port of PC Valorant to console. No, this is built from the ground up for console play. And it feels like it. It's really good. It's really, really good. TLDR, yes, you should play console Valorant if you are a console gamer. However, be prepared to be rocked for the first bit. Yeah, incredible job. The Valorant devs genuinely knocked it out of the park with this game. And also Riot Games, thank you so much for having me out and for taking such good care of me, letting me tour y'all's facility, y'all's place, y'all's campus. I should also mention that during this gameplay, you could see in the top left that I did have the FPS counter on. It was showing significantly 60 FPS the entire play session. I did not feel any dips in particular. I have heard that you can play 120 FPS, but I didn't. But I think most of the people at the play session did play 120 FPS. I was one of the few on 60 FPS from what it says. But I was also one of the few people who didn't have any issues with recording my footage. So I also want to throw that out there too. I should have checked the graphic settings, but I didn't want to mess with any of the recording settings, so I just left it be. And it worked. I got my footage. I think that's all I want to talk about, but comment down below and let me know what you guys think of console Valorant. By the time this is uploaded, I believe the beta is live, so I think people have playtested it, so let me know. What do you think? Are you interested in trying it? Let me know. And if you are, what agent are you going to play? I want to stick with Chamber for a bit. I'm going to get some snipes. I am. But that's all I've got. Like, comment, please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video of whatever I make. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Whew, I gotta tell you right now, that Valorant play session was a lot. It was awesome. It was cool. It was amazing. I just wasn't expecting to get my ass kicked that much for, you know, most of the play session. I was expecting a little bit. I was expecting a little bit of a learning curve. There's a big learning curve, and that's okay. I really hope I didn't come off as too much of an angry gamer during the play session. I was watching it back, and I'm like, you're rolling your eyes way too much, Hannah. Calm down. It's a video game. Learn the game. Slow down. Just learn. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'm still sick, if you could tell. But yeah, Valorant's cool. I'm gonna go now. Bye.